My name is Stephen Davis. I'm here to tell you I tried to kill myself at the age because I was in so much darkness and turmoil. Because at the age of 3, I witnessed my first death of my brother, Charles, who was only 2.5 months old. I used to play with him. And I ran to his room every morning to give him a kiss and let him know I loved him. And when I went in, his lips were purple. His skin was cold to the touch. I ran through the house and calling my mother and my brothers. And I remembered it like it happened yesterday. And living in Washington, D.C., I had to grow up really fast. Because at the age of 10, I saw my second death of a family friend that was gambling. And when he won, the guy wouldn't pay him. So the guy came up and shot him right in front of me as I stood there, watching him gasp for his last breath of air. So I had to grow up tough. And I grew up and found myself in another situation in Vietnam. And I was getting ready, sitting on the tractor, when the enemy jumped up and pointed his AK-47 at me. And I had a friend that shot him before he could pull his trigger. I came home not knowing that I brought a disease of PTSD with me. But I settled in and learned to try to cope with that. I got married and worked in the government. My wife worked in the government. We had our first child. Her name was Stephen. One day, she was 3, and as I went to work, she was taking the child to work. And a drunk driver ran the red light and broadsided her car and fatally killed my daughter. I got to Children's Hospital within 40 seconds after the ambulance pulled in, and they tried to revive her. And I looked down on the table and blood was coming out her mouth and nose, and I held her. And I asked God, please bring her back and take me. And I went into a downward spiral after that. I got divorced. Then within a year, my sister worked at Small Business Administration. They threw a New Year's Eve party at work, and so she decided to give a co-worker a ride home. And as they got in the car, he forced her to drive to a secluded place, and he raped her and busted her in the head till her brain was probably hanging out, and he buried her. And for about a week, she dug halfway out and laid there until some kids were taking a shortcut and they found her. All she had was a high school ring on it in the year she graduated. So they went through the high school yearbook. And they ran on the news, the radio, if anybody knew this person. When they took her to the hospital, her own husband couldn't recognize her. and we were so much pain. My mother would come every day and sit and read the Bible to her and just hold her. And she spent 6 months in the hospital. But my mother took my two nephews, they was 12 and 11, to go to the mall and do some shopping. As they returned to their car, a guy demanded her purse and pulled a gun out. My two nephews started back to the mall running and screaming for help. He fired a gun and a bullet just nipped one of my nephews' ear. So when he went to fire again, she just jumped in a way and she took 2 bullets in the head. I got a call at home to go to identify the body at the mall. We couldn't tell my sister at the hospital because she wondered where my mother was, so we couldn't tell her. And my brother, I'm the youngest of 5, he did 2 tours in Vietnam. A month after we buried her, I came home from work and found him hanging in the basement. He hung himself. I like, why God are you doing this to me? People that I love and care. And the only way I could deal with that, I turned to alcohol, drugs, to numb myself. And in doing so, I had so much pain. I started hurting others and myself until I lost everything, my home, my drive, my will to live. So I walked up to a 5-story building.
Jump, Stephen, jump! Jump, Stephen!
And I'm like, I can't take this life anymore.
You won't have no pain!
I jumped.
Jump, yes! Jump!
I jumped. Can you imagine trying to take your life and you couldn't? I lost a kidney and a spleen. And through counseling and therapy, I got somewhat sense of myself back, but I still was in drugs, alcohol, naughty women, the wrong crowd. And one day, a guy gonna rob me, and I thought I got hit in the head, but he shot me in the eye, so I lost that eye. I lost that eye. Then I kept asking God, but the devil kept me blaming him because I was angry.
It's his fault!
At God. And I thought I was doing the right thing by being where the devil wanted me to be. But it got to the point where I found myself on that 5-story building to jump. Then with coming to the hospital and getting help, I was getting a sense of reality.